Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports.
In this game, we'll see the Seattle Storm going up against the Los Angeles Sparks.
In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride.
Court Queen, that's good.
That rebound and the follow, it shows you what she's all about. Ready, determined, and a soft touch to match.
Now here's Diggins Smith. There's a screen by Stevens. Off target from three-point range.
Well, when you talk about the greatest organizations in this league, Seattle has a strong argument.
Well, they've got 4 titles, which is tied for the most all time. And since their first title back in 2004, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times in 20 years.
Stewart with the ball. She's guarded by Court Queen. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's Skylar Diggins-Smith missing again. Pass to miss is incredible. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Yeah, good luck. If you're the player who has to guard her, it is never going to be an easy night.
Now here's Diggins-Smith, defended by Mrs. Incredible. Now Stevens. Lloyd. There's a screen by Stevens. Jewel Lloyd, and that's good.
And Lloyd is a proficient three-point shooter, which is probably why she takes these in bunches.
And here's Boss. Pass to miss is incredible. Let's go with a 3. Boss. She's guarded by Stevens. And here's Bell. Goes back up. 6 to shoot. And it's good for 2.
The story here in the early stages is how well they've been shooting the ball.
An outstanding percentage. Look, this is how you want to start a ball game, am I right?
Yeah, it just sets a tone.
Now here is Stevens. Outside Stewart. Forced in the screen. Stewart misses. And here are the Sparks now. Pass to miss is incredible. Boss. Here's Queen. From deep. That one's off. She starts the game with a miss.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
Outside Stevens. Stewart. From about 19 feet. That's in, and she's found her range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, sometimes it's not fair. Baskets look like they come so easy to Stewart. With her height and ability, she's so tough to stop.
They get it back. And she makes that one.
Off to a strong start on the glass. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, you like their effort level here in the early going. And if you don't, oh well, because I like it. You know, they're just making things happen.
Now here is Lloyd. There's a screen by Stevens. Pass to Horston. Outside Stewart. Again, the miss by Brianna Stewart. The Sparks with the lead. Here's Queen. This is incredible with it. Puts one up from 19. And Diggins-Smith pulls it down.
Well, she's a player who, with a wide-open look, will rarely miss.
Pass to Lloyd. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Sparks. Now here's Mrs. Incredible. And here's Bell. Court Queen with it. Guarded by Diggins-Smith. Here's Mrs. Incredible. They grab their own miss. Now Court Queen. From down in the low post, it goes.
She was the first one to react to that miss. I mean, that's just a hustle play on the putback.
And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Right side, Diggins-Smith. And
here at the midway point of the season, what would you say the priority is for teams with title aspirations?
That's a good question. You know, seeding, I don't think it's that important ever since the league ditched the single elimination games, and they don't have first-round buys anymore. But getting home court advantage, that's still the goal.
And aside from seeding, you want to have your lineups figured out. You got to know who works well together and who you want closing games.
I like their hustle here early. They've struck first on the offensive glass.
Those second chance buckets really contributing to their lead.
Now here's Diggins Smith. Outside Lloyd. Diggins Smith, defended by Mrs. Incredible. Beyond the arc.
And it's Diggins Smith missing.
And here are the Sparks now. 8-point game. Pass to Mrs. Incredible. And the Sparks, another three.
The more touches she gets, the more the lead grows.
And here are the Storm now. Outside, Diggins Smith. From past the arc. And it's Skylar Diggins Smith missing again. Stolen by Diggins Smith. Stewart inside. Defended by Mrs. Incredible. Stewart with the bucket.
A true threat inside and outside. Stewart's height and touch, they allow her to be effective down low.
Now here's Voss. Covered by Lloyd. Let's go. Rebounded by Jewel Lloyd. Pass to Diggins Smith. Outside Stewart. Outside Lloyd. No good on the three.
And for the number 1 pick in the 2015 WNBA draft, it's safe to say that Jewel Lloyd has lived up to the hype.
Lloyd has been a steady, reliable scorer ever since she was selected with the top pick. Now in her 30s, she continues to be a key cog in this team's offense.
One of the most coachable players in the league, Diggins Smith's curiosity leads to her constant improvement.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. 11 points in the game. Down low. Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, Brian, already they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Oh, it's incredible seeing the effort level and the intensity they're bringing here. They're just beasting on the boards. I love their physicality. That's just a defensive breakdown. I mean, she is not the player you want to leave open from the perimeter.
Pass to Voss. Queen with the ball. The 3 ball. Stevens grabs the board.
Surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
Here's Lloyd.
Forced in the screen.
Shoots the 3. Voss pulls it in. Now here's Voss. Tight defense on her. That one's in. Her first basket of the game. She is 1 for 2.
Really nice drive to the basket, using some of that agility.
Outside Stewart. Back to Diggins Smith. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Diggins Smith showing supreme focus here, not letting anything interfere with the three-point shot.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline.
They've been sensational on the boards to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a good word for it, Tim. That's good. You usually have the right word for these kinds of situations. Just tearing it up on the glass.
How kind of you, Brian.
Now here is Lloyd. She has 6. The three-pointer, no good.
It's been a bit of a struggle for her this quarter in terms of scoring the ball.
Pass to Bell. And she makes good on the layup.
Very high-quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Seattle trailing here. Now here's Diggins Smith. 8 points for her. Lloyd. Lets it go from 11. That misses off the backboard. Pass to Bell. Now misses incredible. Lets it go from deep. The shot misses. And so the first quarter in the books. Sparks ahead. They lead by 7. Hold tight. We've got more basketball action headed your way. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Sparks. Guys?
Really putting in the work on the offensive glass.
They've set the tone here early with the hustle.
And the Storm with possession. They trail by 7. Pass to Mule. Stewart with the screen. Pans it from downtown.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense, they have to close out quicker.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Boss. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And here are the Storm now. 6-point game. Pass to Stewart.
Nice defense from Cameron Brink.
And here are the Sparks now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Now Boss. Outside Clarendon. Drills the three-pointer.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Pass to Mule.
Now here is Stewart. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. Just a ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. That's what's put them in front.
Stewart with the screen. And 2 free throws coming up as she misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the line.
Exactly. You want to prevent the layup, give them a little knock, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming down the lane the next time around.
It does send a message.
The first one falls. The Sparks making a switch here. And that's good as she hits both shots. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pass to Jackson. Up top, misses incredible.
Good, and the assist goes to Rakia Jackson.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Great ball movement indeed. That's an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Seattle calls timeout. Here's Mule. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played. That one falls.
Bit by bit, Mule becomes a more aggressive shot maker. And you saw it right there.
And Brian, when it comes to Nika Mule, she earned a reputation in college for her lockdown defense.
That's right. In Mule, you're getting a player who can change a game with her defense alone. Opposing players dread having Mule guarding them.
Now here is Stewart. A floater.
Brink grabs the miss.
The shot's just not dropping for her today.
Here's Boss. A shot from the low post is good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Everybody always thinks it's passing that gets you assists, but also their movement off the ball, it's created those opportunities.
Here's Zandalasini. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game.
They've gotten a lot of extra possessions because of their rebounding edge.
It's been a lot, and I think it's made the difference in this game because they've done great work on the boards.
They've been the hotter team in the first half so far, guys.
Well, they've been grinding, working for those high percentage shots, and it's been paying off for them.
And let's see if this success continues to go as we get longer into this game.
Stewart with the bucket.
This is one part of Stewart's game that has evolved. She's put in a ton of work from beyond the arc in her WNBA career.
Outside Clarendon.
Brink a screen.
Pass to Boss. That's in. It's her 5th field goal, and she's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And it's the Storm with the ball. Down by 12. Now Stewart.
Brink covering.
Stewart inside.
She's against Brink.
Stewart with the bucket.
Wow, I mean, did she ever sell that pump fake well? Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to miss is incredible. Boss. Doesn't go that time. They could get back to within single digits of the lead.
And here's Mule.
Outside for Stewart. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Sparks. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team, and that 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around.
She's getting her first free throw attempts of the night.
At the line for the Storm, Cecilia Zandalasini. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so she makes both.
Where they're getting it to the line a lot in this quarter, and it hasn't been by accident.
No, I mean, they've ramped up the aggression, and it's paying off.
Pound it inside, get them into foul trouble, get those freebies.
You nailed it.
And the basket by Boss.
Their crisp passing has opened things up offensively.
Yeah, it makes the game easy. 10 straight points off of an assist. That's impressive.
Now here's Diggins Smith. 8 points for her. 3-pointer. And Bell pulls it down. Now the Sparks with it. 10-point lead. Here's Boss. Stevens grabs the board. Outside Lloyd. Pass to Diggins Smith. Here's Stewart. Lloyd. Screen by Stewart. Takes the 3. And it's Lloyd missing.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Got that one up quick.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. If you're waiting for her to miss when she's that open, you're going to be waiting a very long time.
Now here's Diggins Smith. Outside Stewart. Back to Diggins Smith. Good. And Brianna Stewart gets the assist.
Textbook. Nice pass. Nice catch. Nice shot.
Pass to miss is incredible. Stevens grabs the board. They've got a chance here to cut the deficit to within 10. Now here is Lloyd. Shot clock at 6. Here's Andalassini. No good on the triple.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
To the paint. Brink. And she uses the glass on the layup.
They've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. You got to imagine that their coach is very happy with that.
4 straight passes leading to scores. That's just great team play.
Stewart.
Brink covering.
Right side, Stewart. Outside for Diggins Smith. Shoots over, misses, incredible.
And it's Diggins Smith missing.
You just assume she's going to knock those down when she's as open as she was there.
Here's Bell. And it falls all over the rim and in. Now Diggins Smith. She's got 10. They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right. Their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. Here's Andalassini. Pass to Lloyd. Stewart up top. Puts up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jewel Lloyd.
That's her second from long range in the quarter. After a slow first period, she's rolling.
The Sparks call timeout.
And Jewel Lloyd, what a fantastic player. So consistent over the years.
Well, she started off strong, number 1 overall pick in 2015, WNBA Rookie of the Year, and she's only gotten better from there.
And the Storm making a change here. Here's Boss. She's got 12. Pass to Court Queen. Stevens grabs the board. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. To the left wing. Left side, Diggins Smith. Back to Lloyd. Three-pointer. Off the mark, and she's 2 of 8 on the game.
Well, after hitting those 2 3 balls in the first quarter, it looks like she's cooled down a bit here in the second.
To the inside. And it's Court Queen missing. Here's Seattle. 11-point game.
Pass to Horston.
Lloyd. Off target from outside. Boss with it. Boss jacks up a three.
Offensive rebound.
Court Queen, that's good.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves.
Outside Lloyd. To the wing, right side. Here's Horston. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that does it for the first half of play. Sparks ahead. They lead by 13. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Direct your attention to center court, drumline. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going in what has been a runaway of a game so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Mrs. Incredible.
Well, the threes have been falling for her at an incredible rate. That first half, absolutely ridiculous.
And here in the second, she's got to just keep taking them and keep making them. There is no reason for her to stop.
Diggins Smith with it. The three is up. Boss pulls it in.
A big lead for them, both on the scoreboard and the rebounding column.
Well, rebounding has been a big key, asserting their will, and they've taken control.
That one goes. Count it. And here's Horston. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Lloyd. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lloyd. That is her first foul of the game.
Terrific defensive play. Cut her off, squared up. Nice play.
Yeah, and that's showing some toughness on defense. Getting physical, sticking her nose in there, and making a play.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Seattle with the ball. Outside, Diggins Smith. Pass to Stevens. Horston with it. Stevens the screen. Here's Lloyd. Count it.
A physical guard. Jewel Lloyd gets those hard buckets.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Here's Mrs. Incredible. Kept alive. And the basket by Boss.
She's carrying a lot of the load offensively, and normally that's good news for them.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Outside Stewart. Five on the clock. It's hauled in by the Sparks. Pass to Mrs. Incredible. Boss. No good with the triple. Outside, Diggins Smith. And here's Lloyd. Here's Horston. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
Yeah, this game could turn even more sour on them if those are the kinds of mistakes they're going to make.
Need better focus.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And it's Boss missing. Now here's Diggins Smith, defended by Mrs. Incredible. Stewart inside, over Court Queen, and it's Stewart missing. Now here's Boss. He's covered closely. That turnaround Jay. Stevens grabs the board.
Okay, look. I know she isn't having the best of games from the floor, but it hasn't seemed to hurt them.
Now here is Stewart. 12 points for her. Back to Diggins Smith. Shoots over Mrs. Incredible. And the Storm miss again.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not. I tell you, she loves getting looks like that from three-point range. Just nobody near her.
And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Seattle calls timeout.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Outside, Diggins Smith. To stop the drought. Boss pulls it in. Now the Sparks with it.
And at this stage of her career, winning titles seems to be everything for Skylar Diggins Smith.
She doesn't know how many more years she has left. And because of this, she's going to give it her all. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to add some titles to her illustrious resume.
Now here is Lloyd. 8 points for her. Pass to Horston. Now Stewart. That shot off.
That's the kind of D that's needed when she's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over her.
Court Queen, covered by Lloyd. Court Queen, that's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely, the defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Now here is Stewart. 12 points for her. And the Storm miss again.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
And it's Court Queen missing. Pass to Stevens. Lloyd. Now here's Horston. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Just 4 to shoot. And Jewel Lloyd hits from deep.
As a defense, you can't let that happen. You know, let Lloyd step into a jumper. Too deadly to allow the catch and shoot.
Now here's Mrs. Incredible. She's got 20. And she's good on the 3 ball.
She's on her way to putting up a big 3-point total.
Now here's Diggins Smith, defended by Mrs. Incredible. Now Lloyd, 11 points in the game. Stewart, she's guarded by Court Queen. Stewart inside, misses the layup. She had her with that pump fake, but couldn't make her pay.
Yeah, I mean, she has been way off the mark this quarter. It is getting rough.
Yep, that one goes. Seattle with the ball. Pass to Lloyd. And she was camped there in the lane, and she gets the 3-second call.
He's not doing them any favors making those kind of errors.
Especially now with every possession being a critical one for them at this point.
Just the worst time for it to happen.
And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been.
Boss with it. She's got 14. Buries it from 3-point range.
Everything they put up is falling in, and that score keeps climbing.
And that is one demoralized set of defenders out there.
Pass to Lloyd. Here's Zandalasini. Stewart. Outside Lloyd. Great touch on the 16-footer. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
Boy, she shredded the defense with the patented crossover, but simply could not convert.
Right side, Diggins Smith. Pass to Stewart. Outside Lloyd. Drops in the tray.
Oh, she has really stepped it up this quarter. It looks like she's determined to get them out of this hole all by herself.
Now here's Boss. She's got 10. Now here's Boss.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Fades away. And it's Brianna Stewart with the rebound. And here's Zandalasini. Here's Lloyd. 16 points for her. Outside, Diggins Smith. There's the triple. It's hauled in by the Sparks.
She can't get anything to drop. And the way she's going, it's probably not something she should try to shoot her way out of.
And I'm sure her teammates would agree with that. You know, the last thing they want to see her doing is shooting it more.
Where was the box out? Some easy second chance points.
Those kinds of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Now here's Lloyd. To the left side wing. Brianna Stewart from outside. Brink grabs the miss.
The tough shots aren't going down for her right now, but the easy ones aren't either. So what do you do?
Offensive rebound. And good that time.
Another bucket in the paint. That's just something they have not been able to stop today. And if they want to win this game, they got to figure out how to stop it.
You know, Brian, I think it's time to switch things up on D. What they've got going on right now is not getting it done.
Now here is Stevens. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Here's Zandalasini. Queen covering. Smith outside.
Yeah, I don't know if she needs a rest this quarter or what, but she needs something.
Now here's Boss. 10 points for her. Pass to Boss. The three. The shot, no good. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Sparks ahead, just dominating this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for the fourth quarter. And we're getting underway in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things can change. Now misses incredible. Pass to Turner.
Jackson outside.
Now misses incredible. Launches a three. Gets a three-pointer to fall.
Well, I think she owes the three-pointer dinner because it's been her best friend today, no question.
Well, it has been today anyway. I mean, look, most of her points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Now Burke. And here's Zandalicini. 5 to shoot. Pass to Burke. And here's Zandalicini. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Just trading punches from long range.
It's been a heavyweight fight.
This incredible can't get it to go.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mule.
That is her first foul of the game.
Way to get there first and absorb the contact.
Yeah, clearly no flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Bell.
Brink with the ball.
Bell.
Good. And Cameron Brink getting the dime.
This defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. Their offense in the paint hasn't been up to par.
Now here's Mule.
Lets it fly.
And Bell pulls it down.
And the Sparks with possession here. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. A nice shot by Mrs. Incredible.
Talk about falling asleep on defense. I don't know how you can give a shooter like her that much space from beyond the arc.
Now here's Mule.
Passes on Zandalicini. Drains the three-pointer.
There aren't many more complete point guards than Nika Mule. She always finds the right pass.
Jackson outside.
Bell. Over Mule. Again, the Sparks good for two.
We're seeing the shots dropping for them very well now.
Yeah, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point. Their coach has to be happy.
Here's Zandalicini.
Pass to Mule.
The three. And there's a whistle. It's going to be on Stewart. That's her first foul.
Substitution on the court.
Now the Sparks with it.
Outside McDonald.
Pass to Clarendon.
Jackson.
The three-pointer off the mark. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Inside,
Brink with the steal. Outside McDonald. Up top Jackson.
McDonald. Pass to Clarendon. Here's the three. The shot will not fall. Here's Zondalasini.
Clarendon covering.
Here's Diggins Smith. For three.
And rebounded by Brink.
The defense better watch out because she can make those three balls as we saw in the first half.
Here's Jackson. And the shot goes down.
And you love to see Jackson just grinding out buckets.
Outside, Diggins Smith. Pass to Burke. Shot to stop the drought. Clarendon grabs the miss.
And here's McDonald.
Clarendon.
Now here's Jackson.
The tray. She can't get it to go.
Personally, I am shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. She makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Zondalasini can't get it to go. Now the Sparks with it. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Clarendon.
Offensive board.
Skylar Diggins Smith with the steal. Floats one. It's hauled in by the Sparks.
Kia Jackson, here we go.
Count it.
Well, that's what you want to see from Jackson. She's at her best when she's in attack mode.
Seattle with the ball. Pass to Stewart. Outside, Diggins Smith. Now Zondalasini launches it. And again, it's the Storm missing.
Outside, McDonald.
Pass to Clarendon. Lets the three fly. And it's Brianna Stewart with the rebound.
Not her best game, but they're getting it done collectively.
Zondalasini. And here is Stewart.
Brink covering.
Here's Zondalasini. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch.
Jackson outside.
Pass to McDonald. Fires for three. Stewart grabs the miss. Now Zondalasini. Diggins Smith with it from the arc. The shot that time not on target.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
Back to McDonald. Turner. Storm with the rebound.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Pass to Burke. And here's Zondalasini. Burke defended by Turner. Skylar Diggins Smith outside. Gets it to go from downtown.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside Clarendon. Back to McDonald. Pass to Jackson.
Outside Brink. Screen by McDonald.
Fires the three.
Brink, the shot is good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Here's Zondalasini. Brianna Stewart from outside. Turner grabs the board.
misfires again, and the ball simply refuses to cooperate with her.
Pass to Jackson. Back to McDonald. And here's Clarendon. Now here's Jackson. Now Clarendon. Fires from 14. A rebound by Burke.
That's one she knows she should have drained.
And here's Zandalasini. For three. It's not going to go for her.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Here's Jackson. Another three for the Sparks.
Well, an opponent should be very, very afraid when Jackson's doing damage from that range.
Back to Diggins Smith. And there's a whistle. That goes on Turner. That's her first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Pass to Horston. Lloyd sinks the triple.
Remember, for her career, Lloyd's at about 15 per game, so scoring buckets in bunches, it's old habit.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
They've got to be happy with the effort, the result, the outcome. Great night.
W is a W. Aleman with it. And so it's the Sparks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loves every minute of it.
This game really a defining game for what they can do when they're playing at their best. Being here at home helps, but the execution anywhere was terrific.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.